Hi Jane. I'm going to start you again with this foundation chain because I was getting you to work in the dinosaur bumps at the back, but in fact that's not how I learned, and it's not how most people learn. I think it's a better way and it looks nicer, but it's a bit difficult to begin with. So the way we're going to do it now is count your stitches: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to work on double crochet only because that's what you're going to then go on to for doing your granny square. So you've got 10 chains, add an extra one, so that's 11, because you're now going to go up, and this first bit will count as your first stitch. So you go into your 1, 2, third stitch from the hook. You were going into the second stitch and you were going into the bump at the back. 1, 2, 3, you're now going to go into the, because we're doing double crochet, we're going to go into that third stitch, and this time we're going to go just straight in there because you might find that easier. The only reason I don't find it easy is because it can get a bit confusing which stitch to go into, whereas the bumps were more obvious. Right, we're going to do double crochet. Are you getting used to holding your wool? I just hold it like that. I then do this, put my finger under and then hold on to it there. So what I'm going to do is wrap the wool around, pinch it again, go into that third chain from the hook, pull your wool through, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. So you have in effect now got 2 stitches. The first was the chain that went up, and then there's your second one. So now we need to do that again. Wrap the wool around and go into the next V stitch. Can you see how it can get confusing, like, do I go in there? No, that's already got a stitch on it. You're going into the next V stitch. Pull your wool through, wrap the wool round, pull through 2, wrap the wool round, pull through 2. So now you've got 3 stitches. You've got your first one that started as a chain, second, third. Now you're going into this chain. Wrap the wool around, put it through that chain, pull your wool through, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. Now you're working into this chain here. Wrap the wool around, put it through, pull the wool through, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. Now you're working into this one. You've done that one, you're now working into this one. Wrap the wool around, pull through, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. Now you're working into this one, wrap the wool around, pull through, wrap the wool around, wool, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. Now you're working into this one, wrap the wool around, put your hook through, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. You've got 2 chains left on the end. That's just your knot there, forget that. 2 chains there. Wrap the wool around, pull through, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. Finally, your last chain there. Wrap the wool around, pull it through, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. So now let's see how many you've got. There should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then that chain at the end counts as the first one, which is 10. So now, because we're working in double crochet, this is maybe a bit different to what I told you before, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to make a chain for the first stitch, 1, 2, so that'll count as your first stitch to go across. We'll turn and we're going to work back into that plait across here. So the first stitch you'll go into, there's your chain of 2, that's your first stitch, but the first chain you go into is right there. You have to tilt the work towards you because you can't see it like that, but you can see them if you tilt it. So again, I'm going to wrap the wool around. Sorry, I'll say that again. We're going into there, wrap the wool around, put through that first V stitch, pull the wool through, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2, so you've got 2, then all across the other stitches. Wrap the wool around, pull through 2, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. Can you see I'm kind of swapping hands as I hold on to what I'm doing? I'm holding the work with this hook and with this, and then I'm changing and pinching it there, just so I've got real control of putting, then I'm holding the work again there to wrap that around, and I'm pinching it again to pull it through. That's just the bit you've got to get used to. Then you can start to sort of not leave go, and you can sort of grab the wool and do this if you want to, but anyway, we'll go back in another lesson for that. So I'm going across all the V stitches. Now what you've got to be careful of, if your work starts to sort of pull to one side, if you think, oh, is that the next stitch I'm going into? There. But then if you do that, if you go into there, you'll end up with 2 stitches in one in one stitch, so you'll increase the amount of stitches. So you've just got to be really careful at watching where is your next stitch. So it's not in there, because that would be putting 2. In fact, I'll do that and I'll show you. This might have happened to you already, where you've ended up with 2 stitches going into 1 stitch. So you just have to make sure, and that gets really easy. It becomes really obvious where your next stitch is. Around, there's your next one, into that V. There's the V again, straight in there. But as you can see with this stitch, your work grows really quickly, and this is why I just think this is so much better than knitting, is because you produce something, you can make something really quite quickly. Now that's the last stitch you're going into. Oh no, sorry, I've already gone into the last one. Now this is why this gets confusing. You know you're in the last stitch. Let me show you. You know you've done your last stitch because that stitch goes directly in between 2 stitches. So you've got 1 in the middle there with 1 on either side. Now I was about to go into there, but you've just got to check yourself at the end that you've got one post there, another post there, and the other post coming down the middle. And of course you can double check by counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's that chain on the end counting as 10. You can also count across the top to count your V stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the one on the end. So again, we go 2 chains to make the first chain, turn and go back into that very first stitch. Not here, not way over here, because that's part of your chain that's making that stitch, but just the first V stitch. Take it. Then into the next one. Into the next one. Wrap the wool around, through both of these, wrap the wool around, pull through 2. So I'll just quickly go to the end, and then we can look again to show that we were at the end. Oh, hang on. The wool's gone all gammy and horrible. What's going on here? Oh dear God. Oh, let me just get rid of that, sorry. So just ignore this wool, it's gone all peculiar. Wrap the wool around. So this is when we're sort of coming to the end again. You're not quite sure how, is that a stitch, is that a stitch? Let's try this one. Yes, you're at the end, because there's your 2 stitches, one there, with one in the middle. If I tried to go into that, it would be really difficult to get in it because it's not a proper stitch, so I can't get in there, and it would make your work grow wider. So there, that's the end of the stitch. But as you see, that's just 3 rows, and it's already quite a big item. It would take you ages to knit something like that. Have a go at that, Jane. Keep counting your stitches and just looking at them to see, oh dear, look, you know, you could say I've gone through 2 stitches there, and it becomes obvious. But don't forget that chain at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, see you again soon. Bye.